Title: Reflections. The town of Willow Creek was quaint, with its cobblestone streets and century-old oaks lining the sidewalk. 16-year-old Mia Parker loved her home, but lately, things had begun to feel different. It all started when she stumbled upon an old mirror in her grandmother's attic. The ornate frame was covered in dust, and the glass was fogged, but a strange pull drew her closer. "Your reflection may be more than it appears," her grandmother warned, a distant look in her eyes as she brushed Mia's hair back. It was an odd comment, but Mia brushed it off. Who believed in old wives' tales? Curiosity got the best of her. That night, while everyone was asleep, Mia crept to the attic and stood in front of the mirror. She flicked on her phone's flashlight and gasped at her reflection, only, it wasn't quite right. Her reflection smiled back, but Mia was not smiling. Her heart raced as she pushed her face closer, squinting at the glass. "Hello?" she whispered. As if in response, her reflection still smiled, and to her horror, it waved back. "No, this isn't funny," she shouted. But the glass rippled like water, and before Mia could comprehend, the world around her blurred, and she stepped through. Suddenly, the attic was gone. Panic washed over her as she found herself in a parallel version of her room, only everything was darker, drenched in shadows. Posters peeled off the walls, and a chill draped around her like a blanket. Glancing at the mirror, she saw it still glowed ominously, but behind her stood something unspeakable. It was a doppelgänger, a twisted version of Mia with hollow eyes and a sinister grin. "Mia," it crooned, its voice honeyed yet grave. "You've come to join me." Quote, "Who are you?" Mia stammered, stepping back. The doppelgänger did not advance, but it leaned closer, sending a shiver down Mia's spine. "I am what you could have been. Thoughtless, reckless, free. In this reality, there are no rules, sweetheart." Quote, "What are you talking about?" Mia demanded, her voice quaking. "It's simple. Come, let's explore," it teased, beckoning with long fingers. Before Mia could protest, the world around her shifted again, and her twisted counterpart pulled her into a nightmarish version of Willow Creek. Trees writhed like gnarled fingers, and the sky glowed crimson. The streets were empty, silent husks of what they should have been, the homes collapsing into themselves. "What happened here?" Mia gasped. "It's what happens when you're free of consequence," her double explained, spinning with delight. "No family, no friends, just freedom. You can be anyone you want." But the eerie hollowness gnawed at Mia. The more her doppelganger reveled in the chaos, the more deeply disturbed she felt. She could see flashes of past lives, friends who had betrayed her, fears that had consumed her, but here, they had twisted into perpetual torment. "Join me," it crooned, its voice coaxing her, as if trying to seduce her into this darker existence. "Embrace who you want to be. You could be strong, you could be free." Mia's heart raced. "I don't want this, I want to go home." With a furious growl, her doppelganger lunged forward, its face warping as it reached for her, dragging Mia down a path of creeping despair. She sprinted through the twisted streets, chased by her reflection's mocking laughter. Desperation fueled her. She spotted another mirror, an ancient storefront glass. It shimmered as if beckoning her, the skeletal remains of a forgotten shop falling apart around it. With all the strength she could muster, she darted toward it, crashing through the glass just as her doppelganger lunged once more. Light engulfed her as she plunged back into the attic. She gasped, panting, heart thundering in her chest. The mirror stood just as it had been, heat radiating from her skin where the glass had touched her. With trembling fingers, she wiped away the dust and gazed deep into her reflection. No longer twisted, no doppelganger lingered. But as she turned her back to it, the soft whisper of her counterpart tickled her ear. "You can never truly be free, Mia. I'll always be here." Quote, frantic, Mia seized the mirror and hurled it into the fireplace, flames erupting around it, eager to consume the dark glass. But the chuckle echoed within her mind. She could feel it lingering, an unsettling chill in her chest, a constant reminder that choice had consequences. From that day on, Mia was different. Shadows loomed where there had been light, and an unease thrummed beneath her once joyful demeanor. Willow Creek remained the same on the outside, but she felt the pulse of darkness on the inside, haunting whispers fading into silence on stormy nights. As the town slept, Mia found herself standing at a mirror in her room, the soft reflection staring back at her, still, innocent. But the question weighed heavily, whispering through her thoughts. What might have been? What could she have become if she had chosen differently? And as dusk overcame the village, she shivered, wondering how close she came to losing herself, how easy it could be to slip back into that other reality, where freedom lay willingly in the depths of darkness.